This rear cab support's the last piece that I got to repair on the bottom of the cab before I can set it back on the frame. So get this piece welded on and should be ready to go. All right, bottom of the cab is done. I still got to do the back sides of these two rear cab supports. It'll be a lot easier when it's sitting back on the frame. Right now, I'm just going to get it flipped back up on my little carts here so I can slide it around and get ready to bring the frame in. It's tipped up pretty easy. I don't know if it's going to go easy going back the other way or not. I've been trying to get this shifter out for a couple days. Soaked it down with some PB Blaster. From what I've researched, I guess you can put some feeler gauges in here and then open these clips up and it should just pop out. Just like that. I need the shifter off so when I put the cab back on, it's not in the way. It wasn't very easy getting it off and trying not to tear up stuff. There's still a couple issues that needs to get fixed on this frame. One of them is where the steering box mounts to the frame. There's a crack in this top bolt. The other ones seem to be pretty good. You see it really good on the inside. I'm just gonna grind it down, weld it up, call it good for now. There is a support bracket you can get that's supposed to help strengthen it. Maybe that'll come later on down the road, but for right now, just fix the crack and call it good. So one of the other issues with this frame is right here where those really rotten rear cab supports set on it. Those are the ones on the back of the cab that I had to weld all new pieces in. You can see it's not a whole lot left of that there. This side over here is not as bad. I think my fix for it is a heavy washer. Just gonna weld that on, call it good. It's kind of weird because the rest of this frame is in really good shape. There was no other rust on it. I guess it's just where stuff got built up in those rear cab supports. And then you have where I think somebody had put the linkages on wrong for the transmission. And instead of trying to figure out why they couldn't shift it, they just hacked out a spot and folded it over. I think I got them on right now. We'll find out if we ever get to try and get this thing to move. But somebody should have took a little more time and tried to figure something out. This side was the really bad side. This hole's a lot bigger than it was on the other side. The other side, you could kind of tell where the opening of the hole was, and it seemed to me like it was about the same size as this. So I'm just gonna kind of judge how that washer set on the other side and stick this one on the same way. Steering box is mounted back on the frame. Hey, cat. Sprayed some paint on it. It'll probably still leak. Cab supports are done. Sprayed some paint on those. Didn't turn out too bad. I don't have parts for anything right now, so I'm gonna get this seat assembly put back together. Kind of getting ahead of things, but I don't have parts to do anything else, so I'll do what I can. As you can see, the driver's side seat is not in very good shape at all. But it'll do for now. This vinyl is really brittle. It's just flaking apart. Just throw something over it. They make reproduction seat covers for these, but they're like $500-600. Luckily, I know a guy that can make them. So we'll see if we can get him to do that sometime. But for right now, throw something over it if it gets too bad.